Oh. This might be the biggest buck of my life. Hey guys, we're back with another episode of No Rest November. Today we're going to be telling a story that goes all the way back to 2021 with a buck we call the Nine. This might be the biggest buck of my life. Oh my god, I cannot believe that happened. When you're on the board. Boom. I don't know, that's a really big deer.
Look at this deer. Freaking stud.
This is without a doubt the biggest deer of my life. Oh my gosh. So the story starts back in 2021 with Connor. We first started getting pictures of this deer in the summer, early summer, had tons of pictures. He was coming in all the time, and we just weren't sure if we were going to pursue the deer or not. So what we ended up deciding was if this deer came in and we liked him and he looked good to us, we were going to pursue the deer. And on November 5th, Connor had his first encounter with that deer. So after we watched the footage of that shot, we all thought that Connor definitely killed that deer, and it just didn't play like that. After tracking the deer, we tracked him for that whole evening, backed out, came back in the morning, and the blood just wasn't the way we wanted it to be, and just realized that it wasn't a lethal shot. So at that point, what we decided to do was kind of just leave the deer alone, see if he shows back up, and he did within a week. And we all said, let's just leave him alone till the following year, 2022, and see what he grows into and see what happens for that following year. So fast forward to 2022, we finally started getting pictures of this deer. We realized that he grew into be just a beautiful deer. He was about a mid-140s 10-point with split brows. And we continued to get pictures of him all through the summer, the rest of the summer, into the fall. And finally get a shot at him. Our first encounter was in November 5th to be exact, and it's funny because it's the exact day the year prior to Connor's first encounter with him. So this deer comes out into the food plot right at first light, mills around in the food plot for 15-20 minutes, which seemed like forever. And there was a doe in the field previous to him, just a minute or two, and she didn't really do anything. She just milled off into this thick trail. And I had in the back of my head that this buck was going to follow her. I mean, it's November, it's the rut, and lo and behold, that's what he did. So he starts down this brushy trail, and I'm looking ahead, and I can only see one little window to shoot. So I go ahead, I get the camera set up to that window, and I stop him perfect. He stops right in that shooting window. I'm already drew back, I squeeze the trigger, and I'm thinking, man, this deer, I just killed this deer. And I hear a big whack. And what happened is the bottom of my limb hit the camera arm, and it was a clean miss. So fast forward just, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. I'm sitting there kind of upset with myself that I did that. And this deer's standing right in the middle of the food plot looking for a doe that just ran through. And I couldn't believe it. I was completely caught off guard. And stand up, get the camera on him. Everything, and he just would not present me a shot. But by the time I was ready, it was about 60 yards, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it. And throughout that whole morning, I was getting pictures of him at all three of my tactic cams. He was just all over the place that morning. So a couple days later, after the miss, I end up back down in the bottom stand, my whole idea for this season was kind of just to stick with this stand. I knew it was going to be a good spot. I knew I was going to either have a shot at him or another buck that I have a lot of history with, Stickers. And lo and behold, I go back down in there and I get a shot at Stickers. I ended up filling my tag with Stickers, so I was super stoked on how everything played out. So none of us had any more encounters with this buck all of 2022. But come 2023, he shows back up and we know we have a super special buck on our hands. So my whole plan for 2023 was kind of just let history repeat itself and just be down in that bottom stand in early November. The opening weekend finally rolls around. I'm in a tree with Dylan. He's going after one of his target bucks. I'm filming for him. And we're sitting there, and about 30 minutes before dark, my phone goes off and I look and it's the Tacticam and the 9's standing at one of my main spots. And at that point, I knew my whole entire plan was going to change right then and there. So he ends up daylighting the next 3 days, around the exact same time. And in the back of my head, I know we have a huge cold front coming in, and I know this is going to be the best chance I have at this deer. Alright, we finally got up here. We snuck back here super quiet because of all the rain. Everything's so wet. But I tell you, that's going to make this evening pretty tough. This stand, it's one of those types of places where deer literally just come from every direction. So I'll just have to be on my toes and just keep my eyes peeled. But he's been coming in, like I said earlier, around 6:30, 7 o'clock. We've got several daylight pictures of this buck in here, which is surprising because the last 2 years he hasn't done this. This hasn't not been his pattern. So it's kind of weird, but I'll take it. But if he does it tonight, which I think I have a good shot, this weather's perfect. This is what I look for in early October. So it's October 6th. This is my first sit with a bow in my hand, and I couldn't be any more excited. This day it lined up to be exactly what I look for my first sit, which is we got that cold front. We're right in the middle of it. It rained all day, stopped around 2 o'clock. I'm able to slip in, and I mean, it's just a complete action-packed night. I bet 15 to 20 deer, and right at prime time, I look down, coming from a bedding area, and I see him, and he's walking straight to me. So as this buck's walking in, you guys can probably gonna be able to tell, I'm super shook up, super nervous, and I will admit I'm not the greatest cameraman in the world, and on top of the nerves, I accidentally hit the wrong settings, the wrong dial, and it makes the film a little shaky and a little grainy. So bear with us on that one, but just know that I was super excited about this, and it was just hard to get on them and have all the settings right. Oh my gosh, Dad. I looked down the hill and he was standing down there. I threw binoculars up and I'm like, holy smokes. So it might be kind of hard to see in the footage, but I knew the shot looked good. I knew the shot sounded really good. So I ended up making all my phone calls. I'm super excited. It might sound like I'm crying in the footage, but I'm not. But I make all my phone calls, call Dylan, call my dad, Wyatt, and we get the tracking team ready. And it's finally time to put our hands on the 9. Alrighty, it is, I'd say, an hour and a half after I shot the 9. So Dylan's here, Wyatt's behind the camera. We got Zach here also. We got a posse to go try to find this deer. All I did was get out of the stand, went down, found the arrow. It's completely covered in blood. I didn't push trying to look for blood or anything, so everything's fresh. We're gonna try to go get on a blood trail. I'm almost certain I smoked this deer, so hopefully we don't have to do much tracking and we find him pretty soon. So we're gonna go down here, find the arrow, and see what we can find. He walked right up through here. I'm pretty sure he was, my arrow's right there. That's the only thing I found, but he was standing right in here. Right here's blood. There's blood all through here. Oh yeah. There's the arrow. Oh yeah, look at that. I think I smoked. There's blood. I'm pretty sure I see him. I'm almost certain I freaking see him.
Let's go.
That's an eyeball, ain't it?
Hold on.
Dial your, dial that light in.
I see his legs.
I think he's dead.
He's laying with his back down the hill.
Oh my God. Oh my. Hold on. Oh. Oh my God. This might be the biggest buck of my life. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Look at the bladed G2. Look at all these, like, I don't even know what to say. I have no idea what to say. Alright, this is probably going to be a little hard to do because I'm completely speechless. I cannot believe this actually came together. This is by far probably the biggest buck I've hunted on our farm. And I hunted him last year and this year. Last year pretty hard, along with stickers. And I'm completely speechless. He came in today. I had deer all over me. I saw probably, this is, I'd say, the 5th buck I saw tonight, which 3 of the other ones were actually pretty good bucks. I had does around, I probably saw, I think, 20, 21 deer today in total, and this was the last one that came out. And as soon as I seen him, I knew what deer it was, obviously. And he came up into the food plot just as perfect as can be, threw his head up, tried seeing if everything was good to go, trying to scent us. And he came in and presented me with a 25-yard shot, and I pretty well keyholed him. He went, what, 55 to 80 yards or something like that. So I wish I had more to say, but I'm truly speechless. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Does he have the scar?
Oh, I didn't. We got to flip him around. Where would it, look at that entry.
It's gonna be in like the front of his shoulder there.
Turn your light off.
I actually,
Like almost on the brisket.
I don't see one.
Huh. It's gonna be in there somewhere. You might not be able to see it.
It should be right here.
It should
right
be
there.
right in there.
Oh,
Thumb's in it.
your thumb's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right there.
Yep, right there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. So guys, as you can tell, that deer meant the absolute world to me. And I just want to take this time to thank everybody that was involved, and thank you guys for watching another No Rest November episode. and buckle up because we have a ton of stuff coming to you the rest of this month.